Hello everyone, welcome to DocEngage. This is Jashri. In this video, I'm going to train you about Schedule. Schedule is basically a place where you can manage your hospital complete appointment data. If you have any patient who calls or walks in directly to hospital to take the services, then you can quick schedule a book and bulk appointment in the schedule section. And also if you can have the complete track of appointments which got scheduled or completed by each providers in this schedule section. So let us imagine there is one patient in front of me and I want to create an appointment for that particular patient for 5 o'clock. So if I click on the create button here, I have quick schedule option. If I click on this, appointment page will open where I can select the care center, patient name, service provider name, and I can even give the date, time, and duration of the appointment. So okay, let me select the care center which I want to give the appointment for this particular patient who is in front of me. So I want to select the Columbia Whitefield. So I'll select the Columbia Whitefield since that is my care center which the patient has come for appointment. Next, patient name. I can search the patient name by their giving by their name or by their contact number. So let me try with the contact number, which I want to give is 9876 0000. Oh, there is already a patient who is registered with this contact number, so I can select the patient directly. If this patient who is standing in front of me is not registered with your organization, then you can register that patient instantly just by clicking on new patient here. A patient registration form will open. I can take the patient details and save. Since I already have the patient registered here, I'll select the patient and the service which she has come here to take is consultation, or else I can select other services which she wants. So right now she is asking for the consultation, so I'm taking consultation here in the service, and I'll assign this particular patient to a provider, that is Dr. Ankit. I can select some other doctor as well which she wants to visit based on her service type. So I want to assign this patient to Dr. Ankit. I'm selecting that provider, and for I'm selecting for today date. It is 5. So I'll select 5 o'clock, and the appointment duration is 20 minutes. I'll give the 20 minutes appointment duration here. The status will be scheduled, or if the patient is directly taking the service right now, then I can make it check-in. Since I'm giving this appointment for 5 o'clock, I'll keep it as scheduled itself. If you are giving an instant appointments, then you can make the status as check-in and directly send the patient into the doctor cabin. I'm giving this for the later period, so I'm making it as scheduled itself. Then notify. If you want to notify both provider and patient about this appointment, then you can enable this feature. If you don't want to send the notification, then you can just disable these two features. And if there is any important notes to add in this particular appointment, you can make a note of this. You can make a note here in the note section and save. This appointment got added successfully. Now I have created an appointment. Where can I see this appointment? If I go into this provider calendar, this is my calendar, which means let us say Dr. Ankit is already logged in to this DocEngage. So this is Dr. Ankit account, and all the appointments created to Dr. Ankit will show in the my calendar. These are the appointment created for Dr. Ankit for the today's date, which is October 19th. He can see here and directly check in. And next is the group calendar. If you want to see the appointment which are created for other doctors, then he can go into group calendar and see the appointment created for other doctors as well here in the group calendar section. So now let me show you how to check in this appointment. Now it's, let us imagine that it is already 5 p.m. and the patient has come to take the services from the doctor. Now I need to send this patient into doctor's cabin. Even the front desk person can do the check-in and send the patient to doctor cabin, or else directly the doctor can do the check-in. Check-in means now we are treating this patient. This patient has come to hospital and we are treating the patient now. And we can do the chatting for this particular patient. Or if the patient doesn't show up on the appointment time, we can mark it as no show, saying that the patient who has to come for the 5 p.m. has not come. So we can make that no show. And if I want to create invoice directly from here, I can use this create invoice and generate the invoice directly from the appointment section. Invoice has been created successfully. If I want to send the reminder, I can send reminder as well and start chatting. And I can even view the past record of this patient. So let us check in to this particular patient and start treating. So this is how the chatting is done, and we can take the we can do the chatting and check out the patient. Checkout means that the treatment has been given successfully. Let us say that patient Sanjana has come to doctor, and he has done the consultation and sent the patient outside, means then we can do the checkout and print and save. Now the status will automatically change from scheduled to completed. This is the patient timeline. Now let us move on to next available calendar. I have showed you about the provider calendar where I can see the complete appointment created for the doctor who has logged in. And the group calendar is where you can see the other doctor's appointment as well. Now let me show you the available calendar. Available calendar is nothing but the availability of the doctors. I can see here, so let us say Dr. Ankit. These are the green boxes which are available, which the particular doctor called Ankit is available for. So now all this red box means there is an appointment already created for the Dr. Ankit. All this green box means this doctor is available for the 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock period. Based on the doctor availability, we can create an appointment. Sorry, I need to select the care center. I'm selecting the care center and I want to book an appointment for 12 p.m. I can click on that 12 p.m. and it will directly take me to the appointment page where I can create an appointment. Appointment has been added successfully. So based on the provider availability, we can create the appointments for that particular providers. So now I have created an appointment for 12 p.m. So it is showing is in the red color. And you can even use the filters and see the providers based on the specialty, languages, experience, qualification, and even on the provider name. We can select based on the provider. If I select Dr. Ankit, only Dr. Ankit availability time will show here. If I select Dr. Prakash, then Dr. Prakash available time will show here. So I'll keep all the providers name. So I can see the availability of the providers. Next is patient calendar. In the patient calendar, we can see the complete patient registered in our care center. Where based on the patient name and time, we can create the appointments. Let us say there is one patient registered by the name Veena and she wants an appointment for 8 p.m. I can click on this 8 p.m. and create an appointment for that particular patient. So the appointment has been created. This is the patient calendar where I can see the complete patient name list here. And based on this patient name, I can create the appointments. Even I can see the patient appointments created. I can use the filters for week, month, or even for day where I can see the appointments. Next one is schedules. In the schedules, we can see the all the appointments created for today based on the provider names, roles, and service type. We can see you can even use the filters to see what are the appointment created for past 7 days, or even for future we can see what are the future 7 days appointments created. So let us say I want to see past appointments for last 30 days. These are the appointments which are created for past 30 days, and I can even see the status of the uh, appointment. Is it completed, scheduled, or patient has no showed? So we can even have the complete track of appointments here. If I click on this actions button, three dots, I can even edit the appointment, change provider name. I can mark them as no show, even cancel the appointment to let us imagine that the patient who has taken the appointment now feels that she doesn't want to take the service from our hospital and she wants to cancel the appointment for some reasons. Maybe for her time is not adjusting with the appointment, or she is not interested to take the service. Then we can cancel the appointment. If her time is not adjusting, she wants to change her appointment timing from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, then we can edit the appointment and change the timing. Let me show you. Edit the appointment. It is for 2:50 p.m. I want to make this for 4 o'clock. Then I can select 4 o'clock here and update. Sorry, this is old one. Let me change the date also. So today is October 19th. I am making October 19th update. So I have changed the appointment date and time. Now, if, for example, this patient doesn't want to take the appoint service from our hospital, she wants to cancel her appointment, then we can cancel the appointment and select the reason from the list here. Maybe for some reason we can add the reasons. To add the cancel reason, I'll show you later. So let us say recovered. This patient is recovered and she doesn't want to take the consultation, she want to cancel the appointment. So I can make it as recovered and update. This appointment has been cancelled and status changed from scheduled to cancelled. And I can even create the invoice directly by clicking on these three dots. I can create the invoice for this particular appointment and receive the payments. Invoice has been created. Now I'm receiving the payment and save. Here the invoice reference number will show in this list page itself, so that we will have the track of what is the revenue received by this particular doctor. So let us say Dr. Ankit has an appointment with patient called Sanjana. So I can have the track like this particular doctor's particular doctor has given this service to the patient called Sanjana, and this is the income that he has generated for the hospital. So we can have the track like this about the appointment and also about the invoice which has generated by this provider. And next I can even view the payments, add if there is any clinical note I can add. If I can directly write the prescription from here as well, just by clicking on the write prescription. And also I can send this appointment via SMS or even through email. Next is package appointments. Packages means whenever if your hospital is following a package appointment. For example, there is one package which has three consultation and a tooth implantation service in the package. So we can create an bulk appointment for that package for a particular patient. So to do that, we can directly book appointment from here, from the schedules, packages, and book appointment, or else we can directly book the appointment just by clicking on create button and book appointment. I'll show you how to book the appointment. So let me select a patient who is in front of me is Sanjana. I'm selecting her Sanjana. And I want to add package. I can even give for service also. I can take the services. I want to give package. I'll show you how to give for package now. This is the package tooth implantation I'm taking. These are the services which are there in the particular package. Consultation is there and the tooth implantation is there. I can edit this and select the provider who is assign, who I want to assign. So let us say I want to give uh, Dr. Prakash. So I'll give Dr. Prakash and I'll write the repeat each appointment. Each appointment I want to repeat after 1 week. This week I'll be giving one appointment and next week one more appointment I want to take, and the other week I'll be giving one more appointment, and then I can just save. Now this appointment is scheduled and the provider who is assigned is Dr. Prakash, and other two appointments are not scheduled because I have not given the date and time for this. Now I can even schedule this by editing. I want to schedule this by selecting the date. I want to give it for November 17, and time I'll make it as 10 p.m. And the provider also, I'll give the provider same. I can select the provider and then select date. For the next appointment I want to select December 2nd. I can select the date and time. Again I'll give it for 11 and save. Now I can schedule this. From the non-scheduled status it has changed to scheduled. I'll schedule this as well. Sorry, this date is gone. Let me select again from October 11:45 p.m. schedule. I have scheduled this appointment. Now the consultation, I have given 3 consultation for Dr. Prakash. After this consultation, I can edit this tooth implantation service, and then I can schedule the appointments as well. Now I just want to give the consultation date. I'm giving this consultation dates, and I can directly generate the invoice from here itself. I'll create the invoice and save. Invoice added successfully. Now let me go back. This is not saved. Let me save this. Create an I'll assign this to Dr. Ankit, and one day I'll select the repeat each. Okay, let me change the date from October to January 3rd. Now I'll go back. All the package appointment is created and it is showing in the list page here, where I can see the how many sessions I have given and what is the pending and completed. I can see the status, everything here in the packages list page. Next, potential reschedule. What is potential reschedule? Let me say one example. There is few appointments which are created in one particular care center. For some reason, you are not able to take that patients for appointments. Then you can assign that bulk appointment which are there in your care center to the other care centers and other providers. That we can do it from your potential reschedule. If I click on the mass reschedule, I can select the end date. Let us select today's date and choose the care center from Columbia. I want to change the appointments which are there on the name provider name called Dr. Prakash. I'll select the appointment, and now I'll choose the care center which I want to change this appointment. I want to change this appointment from Columbia to Columbia Whitefield and select the provider who is working there. I'll change the provider to Dr. Ankit and select the time date. So let us say for 20th of October at 11 p.m. I can reschedule the appointments from one care center to another care center. I can even change the uh, appointments, bulk appointment, all the appointments which are registered on the Dr. Prakash name will show here in the list. I can select appointments and reschedule to another provider who is working in the same care center as well. I'll reschedule, appointment rescheduled, successful. Now the appointment which were there on the Dr. Prakash name, it will show on the in the name of Dr. Ankit. So this is how we do the mass reschedule. So next one is appointment upload. If you want to upload the appointments which are there in the Excel sheet, you can download this CSV file and modify the data based on this file and upload it to the DocEngage. And you can even monitor the uploads which you have done in the upload monitor. Next, I can even find the reports like appointment summary. What is the appointment summary? I can see it in the graphical representation here. In the appointment summary, I can even see the list page, or I can see the graphical page where I can see the doctors. So on the name, doctor's name, how many appointments are created. Dr. Ankit has 90% of appointments generated in our care center, and Dr. Prakash has only 9% of appointments which are being booked. I can see the appointment by type also. What is the appointment type? How many is scheduled? How many checked in? How many are completed? I can see the status as well. I can even see the status in list wise. And even the monthly appointments, daily appointments, I'll have the complete count in the appointment summary. Next, all the appointments I can see in the list format also. I can use the date filter and see the appointments where I can see the patient name, what is the duration duration taken, appointment booked for. So complete data I can see here, and who's the provider who has given the services, and what is their role. I can see the service names, categories, all the data, and even the status I can see if it is scheduled or completed or checked in. I can check the complete details of the appointment in the all appointment reports. Then daily service report. I based on the services also I can see the reports. For example, there is one consultation service in my hospital, and also laser treatment is there, tooth implantation treatment I am giving. So based on the services, how many appointments are created, I can see the daily reports. For today, there is 4 consultation service appointment created. For laser treatment, there is one appointment created, and I can even see the care center wise here. Next, dynamic reports. Dynamic reports is I can build my own reports based on my requirements. So for example, I want to see the appointments like by service name. I can drag the row, or I can keep this in the columns. And appointment date, I can select the appointment date, and who is the provider. I can choose the provider, and what is the patient name. By the patient name, I can see. So I have built my own reports, and I can download these reports as well. I can build my own dynamic reports based on the care center requirement or the provider requirements. And you can see the downloaded reports in my downloads. I hope you all understood about schedule. Thank you all. See you in the next video.